Hi, welcome back. One of the questions that people do ask me is, how do I get the best out of my one-to-one sessions with my learning development coordinator or my mentor, my tutor, whatever phrase or descriptor you wish to give them? It's fairly simple. This is going to be the person that is going to be marking your assignments and giving you quality feedback for the course of the greater part of a year and a half, perhaps, depending on how long your course lasts. You want to have a good relationship with that person. You want them to understand you as an individual. You should expect them to give you individualized attention different to anybody else on that course. So the first thing that I would recommend is see if that particular tutor or LDC has an agreement. I tend to give many of my students and colleagues an agreement because I want them to understand there's a certain guarantee that I'm going to provide them in return to something that I expect from them. General things like professionalism, courtesy, pure confidentiality. That's a major issue right there, that nothing that they say to you is considered wrong or whatever else. You need to be able to develop that relationship with your tutor that whatever you say, it's neither right nor it's wrong, and it stays within the relationship that you have with them. Other things that you want to do, obviously, is go back to what you said on the discussion board at the beginning. Hi, here's who I am. Tell them about yourself. Let them know more about the journey that has brought them to where you are right now. Let them know about a little of your past. Who's your family? What support networks you have outside of school, so that when things get difficult on the NPQ, you've always got somebody who can say, just hang in there, muck in a little bit longer, just better things are coming. Help them understand your context. You never know, your course tutor might know something of the area in which you work. Give them a connection to that. Help them understand your context beyond just something like an inspection. For instance, there was somebody I was working with in Doncaster this last year, a place that I know quite well. And they said, yeah, I'm just around from the ledger at such and such. Okay. Oh, right. I know where that is. It's on the way out towards Bawtry and stuff. Right, there you go. Immediately from that, I began to understand where that person was coming from their own eyes. It's a deprived area. It doesn't have a lot of prospects compared to others. And so it gave me an opportunity to think in terms of, here's what that candidate is working with. How am I going to now, adapt myself for them? When you start the conversations with them, again, keep everything friendly and upbeat, but invest yourself into that person. Again, we're human beings. Make a good connection with them. Hopefully, at the end of your session, they'll give you an opportunity to ask questions about themselves, and again, ask them things such as, well, what was your experience like? Tell me a little bit more about your professionalism. What do you like to do? What's your favorite rugby team or your favorite football team? Everton, for me. I mean, things of that nature. Develop that relationship, because they will be there with you for a long time. Also find out some of their expectations for you, and at the same time, challenge them. I find the best candidates are the ones that will say to me, Jace, this is what I need from you. It takes away a lot of the guesswork. Compared to every other person that I work with, I know what that person needs from me at all times. And when I give them feedback in their different course assignments, I'm also tailoring what I'm saying to them based upon what I know, their context, them as a person, them as a professional, what they've told me. You see what I'm getting at? If things start to go in a way that you're not happy with, you're more than welcome to email your course instructor and say, could you please give me more of this and less of that, because this is what I find helpful. Again, we're professionals. And if you say something along the lines of, I would find this more beneficial, expect that they will give you that courtesy in return. At the end of the day, I have had some candidates ask me for a reference on their job interviews. Yes. Don't get me wrong. You know, when I explain something to a hiring committee, I will say, I have known this candidate for X amount of time, but I'm going to be seeing things from the perspective of somebody who is training you on this leadership qualification. So that in itself is going to then tailor the reference that's been given. But it does make a difference, believe it or not. I've had some interview panels say, thank you for this. And the person turns around and says, well, you know, I received that promotion. I received that new job. I played such a small part in that, but at least it was some part. At the end of the day, keep in mind, your course instructor, your coaches want you to succeed. So the more that you invest into that relationship, the more that you're going to get out of it. Course instructors must follow general data protection. We can give you our numbers. You don't have to give us yours and things of that nature. So keep in mind, it is a purely confidential and professional relationship. Cheers for joining the video. If you have any questions, email me, my website, jasonheap.org. I'm always happy to help.